The ace map will be played on Neo, Planet S. Spawning in the bottom left-hand position as the green Terran from STX Seoul, their ace player, the best player in the world at this point. It's Innovation.
Of course, Coach Kim Min-gi happy that he has an ace player within his team, and now Innovation can save STX Seoul and put them 2-0 against SK Telecom if they win today. His opponent from SK Telecom T1, the ace Protoss player. His name is Rain, who spawns in the top right-hand position on Neo Planet S.
This is the map where Innovation lost against Best in day number 1. This is day number 2, though. Rain most likely not going to do the same build here unless he wanted to go for insane mind games. But I don't think that'll be the case here. Probably just going to end up playing it pretty standard. You know, Rain, his strength is standard late game style of play. Innovation, also a very powerful, style for him as well. He just loves playing standard and going to the macro game and just kind of doing everything a little bit better than his opponent.
Just cutting out the Starcraft1 stats in Starcraft2. Innovation does lead against Rain 7-5, but their last encounter was back in May 7th, 2013 in round number 5, and Rain took a victory against Innovation.
Yep, so at least Rain can have that to kind of muse upon as he starts this match against his opponent, Innovation. So far, nothing crazy going on here. The craziness can always come a little bit later, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't see either of these players going for too aggressive play in this game because, they're the solid players, and especially Rain, he loves to play a little bit more passive and a little bit more defensive. The power of Rain, however, is that he can defend against multiple attacks and go for a counterattack when his opponent doesn't have enough army.
Yeah, and you know what? Rain really got this style down kind of back in the day where Terran players were being incredibly aggressive, right when the boosters first came on the Medivacs and Heart of the Swarm, and Protoss players were having a really hard time dealing with them. His style was like, all right, just come at me. I'm going to be ready to defend, and then what are you going to do after your aggression fails? And that's where Rain was really able to, create that such a solid style for against Terran players. But nowadays, we're starting to see different shifts. The Terran players still wanting to be very aggressive, push at, unorthodox times, trying to make things work. But, Rain's style, it's been figured out a little more than it was a few months ago.
Well, if you're just... Let's just recap the matches today. Parting took out Deer in set number 1. Su defeated Hive once again in set number 2. Innovation took out Bisu. Trap took out Rain in set number 4 as Rain is on a 6-game PvP losing streak. However, he is playing a PvT right now. Best took out Mini. However, Classic defended against Fantasy's Cheese to drag it into the ace match.
Indeed, he did. All right, we have expansions on both ends, and Innovation scouting his opponent, just making sure he knows what's going on. Doesn't spot the pylon in the top left there. Probably won't make a big difference, though, at least at this point. And, ooh, interesting. Innovation moving across the map with a couple of Marines really early. This is kind of these unorthodox pushes that we see early on. And behind this, also going for a fast third command center as well. So this is going to be really tricky here, and this bunker may just be out of the range of the Nexus, but it's going to be spotted now.
Yeah, it is going to be spotted, but what Innovation wants to do right now is force his opponent to be on the defensive since he's taking a third command center behind us. So all he has to do right now is apply some pressure. If the bunker goes down, fantastic. He can eat away on the Nexus and start eating away on some of the probes, but if it doesn't work out, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and nice micro and control from Rain. He does pick off the SCV, and he's going to force a cancel on that bunker. Is forced to stop mining for a little bit with some of these probes, but they can just go to the natural now, so it's not the end of the world. Stargate on the way for Rain. We have seen him favor this opening before on this map, utilizing that Oracle and keeping it alive into the late game. I really like that he's going for this kind of a tech choice here.
Yeah, and Stargate is actually fantastic. Opening up with the Oracle means that you have the map control against your opponent. You can kill the SCVs if your opponent does not scout the Stargate in time. And the follow-up with the 3 Phoenixes, as long as you have nice micro, you can defend against the medevac drops easily. And it just suits Rain's style, He really wants to drag it into the late game without getting medevac drop at the natural or the main base.
Indeed. Just a pan of the various team benches here. The players discussing the match at hand here.
And remember, SK Telecom T1, even the practice partners, even the players who are not being sent out on the bench, they worked really hard to make sure. And look at this, a scan does not scout the Stargate, slightly out of position.
Look at that positioning from Rain, perfect. Perfect. Now the Oracle's going to come out. There's going to be no turrets up, I think, at this point. There is an engineering bay in production. That's going to be completed pretty soon. But there's going to be no response for the Oracle as it comes out.
Yeah, the Oracle is already out. Now, Innovation did throw down the scan, did not see the Stargate, but saw the lack of Robo inside the main base. Maybe take off, but the SCV, is it going to scout the Oracle? No, barely misses it as the Oracle heads towards the natural of Innovation.
Look at the follow-up here. It's a Twilight Council. This is really odd. Almost always you'll see a Robo follow-up from the Stargate, but that's not what we're seeing here today. So Rain, it looks like he may want to go into more of a Templar Storm opening here. The turret's going to finish at that natural pretty soon, but it's out of range of the SCVs here. Or at least of the Oracle for a little bit. And the Marine's going to chase away that Oracle. It only managed to grab 1 kill, and it looks like that's all it's going to get for now.
Yeah, he's doing a really nice job keeping the Oracle away from his main base. And look at this. Like you said, Twilight Council going down for additional gateways going down inside the main base. Yeah,
I mean, he's also getting a Templar Archives behind this. I have a feeling we're actually going to see a 2-base all-in from Rain here. It's very possible he could eventually get that 3rd expansion up. This Oracle really just not doing the harass that it needs to do to be worth the investment, but it is keeping Innovation on the defensive.
Yeah, so I forgot which player did this, but this is a really strong timing attack, and if your opponent does not scout this in time, then Protoss player is going to have tons of charge loss to a point where the Terran player does not have enough units to defend against the charge lot Archon, and we have up to 7 gateways being built, 8 gateways inside the main base total.
The +1 armor being researched as well. The charge about halfway completed. We have High Templars being warped in. Storm on the way as well. Innovation, he's going to have his upgrades by the time this attack comes, but will he have the critical amount of units? That's going to be the biggest concern on his end. He does have the additional economy from that 3rd command center, but, you know, at the natural, on this map, your units are in a very small choke. It's very easy for the Storm to hit a critical mass of bio units.
Yeah, and if Innovation throws down a scan inside the main base, he's going to know completely what is up from his opponent. But the Oracle is just keeping him inside the main base right now. He cannot leave for harassment inside the main base to check what his opponent is doing. And this... Oh, he sees a cancel on the pylon. He should know something is up.
Oh, and maybe he may have not even seen that as well, because there's going to be nothing on the minimap that shows the pylon was canceled. You're just not going to see anything there, so he could have actually missed that. The charge just complete. Storm getting close to completion here as well. Rain... Is he going to go for the 2-base attack? That's the question here. He does have a single Archon for defense. Getting the +2 armor. Actually, it does look like he wants to grab a 3rd expansion here.
Yeah, but I think Innovation has an idea because he's making Ghost Academy behind this.
Very smart from Innovation. Look at this. The Oracle finally starting to do a little bit of damage. Getting up to 4 worker kills in total now before running away. And he is going to go ahead and spot this command center as well. Zealots attacking the 3rd command center here now. They're going to be chased away pretty fast. And we could see Rain go on the offensive very soon here with the unit composition he has.
Oh, but the Marine just completely scouts what his opponent is doing. He even double scouts that there is no 3rd Nexus from his opponent 11 minutes into the game. He knows that his opponent is going for a timing push, and all Innovation has to do is defend once. But the problem is, does he have enough units against the Storm-based army?
All right, 2 additional gateways are in production here. The charge lots are moving in towards the natural, but there's enough defense there. Innovation knows something's happening now. He's going to stim and try to chase away these couple of Zealots as well as the probe. We have Storm complete. We have +1 armor, +1 attack as well. That's 4 Templar with enough energy for Storms here.
Yeah, it's really, he just needs to defend once, but does he have the Ghost against the EMPs? And remember, he does have the Ghost out, but he needs to wait for the energy, and he needs to dodge the Storms perfectly inside the main base.
Yeah, he's got the bunkers down. The bunkers are critical in the situation, as well as the SimCity. Rain at this point, it's kind of looking a little bit iffy for him if he wants to really invest into the attack here. He's going to have the Ghosts ready for EMP as well, but the Oracle in the main base manages to grab a few more kills. And Rain, he's gearing up. He's got a lot more units being warped in here now. The Charlottes are charging forward. Will we see the High Templar? Excellent feedbacks on the Ghosts as well. Storm 1, Storm 2 goes down. The Storms are excellent. The bunkers fall almost instantly here. And more additional reinforcements are coming in, but it's not enough. And Innovation, he's going to hold against Rain's timing attack.
Yeah, and this was fantastic because the bunkers were... The Zealots were melting with the units inside the bunker. That's the reason why after he was able to take out the bunkers, he did not have any charge loss, and this allows Innovation to push out on the map. That's a really scary force. Yes, Rain does have the Storms out, but all Innovation has to do is land the EMPs or dodge the Storms, and that's all he has to do to win this game.
All right, Rain, he is going to go ahead and try to secure a 3rd expansion. The 3rd from Innovation will be controlled as well. The +2 armor has completed. We have 1-1 now for the Terran. Innovation, he may decide to go for an attack pretty soon. The SCV count, though, not crazy or out of control. We did see the Oracle get a good amount of kills before it eventually got picked off. This third Nexus is going to complete very soon here. We have +3 armor on the way. Yeah, look at that. 59 to 51 workers with Rain in the lead. And I think that if he can transition into Robo, if he can buy enough time, he's got to have to survive this attack first. So that's going to be the hardest thing for him.
Yes, Innovation can make this attack work, but it's really up to Rain to defend against this. There's 5 Jaws running by. Really nice play by Rain right now, trying to put his opponent's army out of position, but the problem is Innovation is already moving out on the map.
Oh, the Templars moving forward. They don't get any storms, though, and that means, okay, he has 2 more High Templar here, but do they have Storm? That's the question. Time Warp goes down, not the best location. Storm 1 goes down. It's a ridiculous amount of bio units, but Innovation, look at the medevac count. He just simply has, I think, too many units, and supply-wise, 144. We see the supply from Rain falling here. The coach from STX Soul cheering on Rain. Even the Mana Mule getting popped down here. This is the last hope from Rain, but it looks like there's just simply not enough units here. Once again, GG is called. STX Soul for the 2nd time in a row. They take the ace match with the help of Innovation. STX Soul will be advancing to the next round where they play KT Rolster for a shot at moving on into the finals.
Really close game between STX Soul and SK Telecom T1. Once again, saying Subson to SK Telecom T1 as they advance into the playoffs against KT Roaster this upcoming Saturday.
Rain, of course, not happy about the loss as well. You can tell that hit him pretty hard there. Now he's on a very large losing streak. He just let his team down at the most pivotal point. It was make it or break it for SK Telecom T1, but unfortunately, they have to pack their bags. This will be the last time we see them for this season of Pro League, as they have to now go back to the training house and prepare for next season. They end in 4th place.
Yeah, and STX Seoul, beginning of the season, they look really shaky, even against teams like SK Telecom T1. Innovation did perform okay, but they did not have the supporting cast. But with them doing well and Heart of the Swarm, and with Innovation being the solid ace player for STX Seoul, now they're looking really scary going into playoffs against KT Roaster this upcoming Saturday.
So when it comes to non-ace matches, we see these 2 teams neck and neck, but it seems that over time, Innovation, he's just become a little bit too strong, too powerful for their opponents, SK Telecom T1. Normally, they do great in the playoff season. They almost always get to the finals or get to the semifinals, but not this time. STX Seoul manages to grab the 2-0 victory. That means we will have no game on Tuesday. It'll be next Saturday. It's going to be at 12 o'clock, and that will be between STX Seoul and KT Rolster.
Yes, indeed. STX Seoul, of course, they ended the series today. This also means that they have 2 extra days to prepare for their match against KT Roaster.